Anyway, so yes, the next comedian. Are we ready for the next comedian? Okay. And so give you a very big applause. And welcome to the stage, Socrates.
Keep going there for Christos, the king of crowd work. He's also awesome in that part. How y'all doing tonight? My name is Socrates. I am an American. Yeah, never anything at all.
What happened?
A lot of shit. I mean, there's been no like indictments or arrests per se, but you know, we're working on it. You know, we're not Turkey. As a Greek kid, know what I mean. Yeah, the weird world we're in here. You know, you guys, you're all trying to date. Apparently, you know, you've got to be open because this is trying to, you know, open your world. But I think it's like, I don't know. I guess it's a conflicting thing because I'm a little bit against homosexuality. It's not that I'm against, you know, gay people per se. It's just I did think that it's cultural appropriation as a Greek. So you could, you know, maybe that guy back there, hey, Colombia, hey, what's the good word? They're down to 0, man. I was hoping to get one word out of you, but nothing at all. I know the Russians, hey, right up front, yeah. It's always good to see a Russian really close. But I've been living here for like 14 years now. It has to happen, you know. She's okay with it, it's cool. And it's front row in the comedy scene, so, you know. The best bit is try not to react. Just be like, you know, glad. There you go. Anyway, it's actually a good word that you should learn for this whole concept right now. It's a word that it's been a little bit in my life, which is a Dutch word called niksen, which means to do nothing. Right? It's like not Zen, it's like Zen. It's Zen for Zen people, you know? Niksen. So I've tried that once or twice, and it's boring. Because you got to do something eventually. The other word that changed my life a little while ago, because this last year I've been finding out that it's been, is it better to be the hammer than the nail? And I don't know about the hammer part, but this year's been a lot of nail for me. I got this new tattoo, this sort of thing up my arm, because last year I learned another Dutch word, which is aangereden, which unfortunately means to be slammed into. And in my case, it was aangereden door een scooterklootzak. Because I got ran into by an asshole on a scooter. And let's just say the word has changed my life. Yeah. I discovered things like Oxycontin. It can help for a little while. Yeah, basically he crashed into me, this car, drove onto the bike path, and the scooter stared at the car and disappeared behind the fence, but then he reappeared at the blind corner of the fence at that exact moment. So it makes me question God and his plan. Because it was a hell of a moment, because he came around this blind corner and I saw the scooter and I tried to explain to him that we were all doing, everybody was doing wrong about the feet's pad is for cars, not for cards, and then all I could say was, ah! And I flew, like a bird. But I landed like an octopus. And I smashed half my arms. And anyway, I got to go to the hospital, the house of paracetamol. And they took one look at the x-ray and said, would you like some morphine? Literally, gave me a shot of morphine. Yeah, I'll take a shot. It was pretty good, too. And apparently the paracetamol was not going to cut this particular injury. I've taken so much paracetamol, I'm pretty sure I'm cancer-free for the rest of my life. And so I asked them, what are they going to do, you know, for this whole thing? And they said, conservative treatment, which is the medical version of Nixon. Because they meant they were going to do nothing. They gave me my first blue strap. I don't know if you've seen these things. It's sort of a blue Velcro kind of thing.
Got one.
Yeah. Did you got one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They call this car?
Did it help?
Nope.
Yeah. They sent me home with my blue strap, a bunch of Oxycontin, and told me, it comes good.
They call it nog even aankijken.
Do they?
Yeah.
Nog even aangeven.
Even aankijken.
What's that mean in language?
Let's wait some more.
Yeah.
We'll see.
They didn't even say that to me. They was always, it comes good.
It's like Nixon.
Yeah. I've been told that by lots of people. Even my butcher told me that. It comes good. I I believe him. He knows bones, you know? But, so they sent me home with my optimistic phrase and a little blue stripe and told me to keep moving it. You know, you got to keep moving it. They don't want you to have a frozen shoulder. Ooh, so I can't really do much with it. But it's like, it kind of comes up a bit now. I can't go all the way. And they tell me I'm supposed to stretch it, so I'm in my backyard doing this, you know, waving to my neighbors. Getting a really bad vibe from everybody down the street. They all thought I was a Nazi. I explained to them what happened to me. Now they think I'm a disabled Nazi, which is arguably sympathetic. I wave like this. And, well, time passed, and, you know, I said to my doctor, I said, Doc, I can't raise my arm higher than this. I have arm erectile dysfunction. It's not coming good. And everybody knows the first step to coming good is getting it up. And that's not second date height, you know? And he said to me, hey, lots of Pentecost. Because he felt it was good enough, I think. It means, oh, well, peanut butter. I don't know if you know this expression. It's a crappy, useless Dutch expression. Now you do your helaas Pentecost. It's not useful, you know, but it rhymes. You know, the Dutch love a good rhyming sayings, you know. My favorite rhyming Dutch one is "noken in de koken," which means fucking in the kitchen. Yeah, right, exactly. What the hell is that? You know, I mean, maybe outside of a Tinder date. I'm not sure how you use "noken in de koken" in context. Although I think if you combine "noken in de koken" with helaas Pentecost, you end up with satay sauce. Big fans of satay sauce in here, yeah. If you haven't seen that stuff, ooh, it's Dutch. Yeah, the Netherlands, I came for the weather, but I stayed for the food. So eventually they did surgery on me. I was going to have surgery, and I wanted to get a second opinion because they did the surgery the first time. They put 12 screws in my arm and took out some bones from my knee, and I couldn't walk for about 4 to 5 months. Yeah, the Dutch word for this whole situation is it was a sucky time. So I went to Germany for a second opinion because when you think about it, the Germans, they've done all the experiments. And when I showed them my arm, you know, how well I could move it, I got a real uncomfortable vibe. So I got the hell out of there. And I had the surgery here, and they took out all this, what they did to me. So they wasted all my knee, etc. And they put in a artificial prosthetic shoulder. I got a reverse prosthetic shoulder. Just like 9 weeks ago, in fact, which is kind of amazing. And basically where I had a socket, I have a ball, and where I had a ball, I have a socket. So as far as I know, I have a trans shoulder. I don't know if that qualifies me or not, but you know, that's the thing, the world has changed. We got these modern hip world, and everybody's into their sexuality, being bisexual, or polyamorous, you know, people screw everybody, you know. Nobody's celebrating old celibate people. You know, there's no comedy show for people saying, ain't getting any, ain't looking either, you know? So yeah, I'm available. But I gotta warn you though, if you want like rough play or something, like throw me to the bed, you know? I can only like, I'll meet you at the bed. You can make your own way there, you know? And it's like, choke me, you know? I'll give you a belt, you can do autoerotic fixation and just meet me halfway is my point. So anyway, from what I was told years ago that comedy is a lot like sex, and I think it might be true, because I was really excited to come here tonight. Now that I came, I'm a little tired and sweaty with a little rest. I want to come again back soon. Anyway, my name is Travis. Keep it up, Christoph!
Okay, it was the last break, I promise. Yeah.